has been 3 months since the governor of Texas started busing migrants to Chicago, angry over the country's immigration policies.
Those buses keep arriving, with nearly 4,000 people now calling the Chicago area home. And tonight, WGN's Lourdes Duarte takes us along as their new lives begin to take shape.
Whether you're an immigrant living in a shelter right now or an organization running one, the focus is on what comes next. Shelters are meant to be a temporary fix, but it's not clear right now how long they'll need to be around. In the city of Big Shoulders, brand new lives are emerging. 3 months ago, buses loaded with migrants became the headline when the governor of Texas, upset over immigration policies, sent people to Chicago, New York, and D.C.
Le voy a decir la verdad, en Venezuela está la situación muy fuerte. Fuerte, nos tuvimos que venir por la selva.
This man is one of them, but not the only one. He arrived with the clothes he was wearing and nothing else. Now, a city-issued ID is one of his few belongings. His plan is to work and send help to his family from the U.S.
Tengo 5 niños. Ahí estamos.
Clearly an emotional journey for him and thousands of migrants, but it's only part of what's been happening.
No creo que nadie se quiera tomar este café.
A few miles away in a small, barely furnished apartment is a couple who didn't come by bus, but by plane. Their journey started long before the bused migrants arrived in Chicago. In July, the two landed at O'Hare after a 47-day journey from Venezuela seeking political asylum.
Por medio de la aplicación.
Lo único que piden es la foto.
Únicamente la foto.
This is the GPS tracking system they use every Wednesday between 8 and 10 a.m. to check in with immigration officials. A small inconvenience compared to what they've been through.
Hasta pedir dinero para seguir avanzando con el viaje porque no, lo que teníamos no nos alcanzaba.
While immigration cleared them to fly, the person they expected to pick them up at O'Hare never showed. For 3 days, they say they slept in the halls of O'Hare until a nonprofit organization rescued them.
Veníamos cansados, sin ropa. De verdad que fue terrible, pero bueno. Como Dios nunca abandona a nadie, ¿verdad? Conocimos una chica que hace limpieza allí en el terminal y bueno, ella me regaló ropa, nos daba comida. Sí, porque fue difícil.
Piece by piece, they've made the best of it and sat down with us to talk about what comes next. You see, for them, resources have been hard to come by. While the bused migrants have been welcomed with shelter, healthcare, and legal help, others arriving alone don't necessarily know where to turn.
We know that many organizations have been seeing people walk into their doors from before this started happening in Chicago.
It's not clear how many people have arrived on their own in the last few months, but their stories are shining a light on what's needed to accommodate new arrivals. And then there's the question of what comes next. So it's hard to move out of the shelter and find your own home when you don't even have a job.
Right. No, it's exactly right. And we need to see changes made at the federal level to allow folks to either get work permits sooner or figure out how they can apply through the process to get that done quicker.
Veronica Castro helps oversee the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights. They're in charge of 11 hotels right now, housing migrant families. And our WGN Investigates cameras captured at least 3 different city-run shelters equipped with showers and security, while outside people wait for their new lives to take shape.
Because we know folks are going to be in this asylum process. Many of them could be in it for years. The plan is to help get folks into more permanent housing within a short amount of time. There are folks that are moving. It is definitely an exception and not necessarily the rule of what's happening.
The deadline to keep the city-run shelters open is indefinite. Meanwhile, nonprofit organizations are doing what they can when they can.
I don't know how long this is going to last. They were saying that it's going to be 2 months, but this seems to be endless.
And while the buses aren't arriving at the same pace, the need for help continues to roll in.
Local immigration advocates are trying to identify what are known as friendly landlords that would rent to someone without work or even a credit history. So far, that's been a challenge. Meanwhile, a group of organizations developed a state website to help connect people to resources. We've linked that to our website, WGNTV.com. I'm Lourdes Duarte, WGN Investigates.